Falling from favor or grace, some high artifice, down he dropped like a discredited predicate through what he called space, sometimes he called it time, and with an ear-splitting crack splattered the base earth with his vital attributes. Oh, I've had a great fall, he thought as he lay there, numb with terror, trying desperately to pull himself together again. This time, or space, I've really done it. He had fallen before, of course, short of expectations, into bad habits, out with his friends, upon evil days, foul of the law, in and out of love, down in the dumps, indeed, as though egged on by some malevolent metaphor, generated by his own condition, he had always been falling, had he not? But this was the most terrible fall of all. It was like the very fall of pride, of stars of Babylon, of cradles and curtains and angels and rain, like the dread fall of silence, of sparrows, like the fall of doom. It was, in a word, as he knew now, surrendering to the verb of all flesh, the last fall. His last, anyway. As for the chips, he sighed, releasing them, let them fall where they may. Yet why was it, he wanted to know, why was it that everything that had happened to him had seemed to have happened in language, even this, almost as though, without words for it, it might not have happened at all? Had he been nothing more, after all was said and done, than a periphrastic curiosity, an idle trope within some vast syntactical flaw of existence? Had he fallen, he worried as he closed his eyes for the last time and consigned his name to history, may it take it or leave it, his juices to the soil, was it soil, merely to have it said he had fallen? Ah, tears tumbled down his cheeks, damply echoing thereby the greater fall, now so ancient that he himself was beginning to forget it, a farther fall perhaps than all the rest, this forgetting, a fall as it were within a fall. And it came to him in these fading moments that it could even be said that, born to fall, he had perhaps fallen simply to be born, birth being less than it was cracked up to be, to coin a phrase. Yes, yes, it could be said. What cannot be said? But he didn't quite believe it. Didn't quite believe either that accidents held the world together. No, if he had faith in one thing, this Fallguy, he came back to this now. It was this. In the beginning was the gesture, and that gesture was, he opened his mouth to say it aloud, to prove some point or other, but too late. His face cracked into a crooked smile, and the words died on his lips.
That's Robert Coover reading The Fallguy's Faith. So, I mean, everybody in the room who hadn't read that and now have heard it, I'd never heard you read it, knows that it would be, even as prose, you could get that published in the grooviest of poetics magazines, that, you know, one edited by the woman I met at the coffee house. But lineating it would absolutely work because everybody would talk about the torquing of idioms and all that stuff. So it fits right in. Do you accept the, can we make you an honorary poet this morning? Are you okay with this? Yeah. You don't mind the category?
No, of course not. I would say that most good quality fiction writers think a lot about rhythm and sound and the kind of oral nature of what they write. That's not true of everyone, but of a great many. And therefore are conceiving of what they do as a poetic exercise. Poetics is, after all, or poetry, etc. It really stands for everything. We began to siphon out disciplines, but it's the original word for what we do. And I think we tend not to be as interested in what the poets think of as form, because we've already got our form. It's the form that exists in this kind of prose shape. But everything else about it, everything else that the poet's concerned with, so is a fiction writer, so is a playwright. And these are all parts of the arsenal.